Harry Styles has never been someone who shies away from a moment, and his return to Saturday Night Live on March 14, 2026 proved exactly that. The 32-year-old singer and former One Direction star stepped back onto the iconic Studio 8H stage for his second time, pulling double duty as both host and musical guest. And within minutes of his opening monologue, the internet was already on fire. Styles used his monologue to address years of queer-baiting allegations with a joke that brought down the house and made headlines before the credits even rolled. It was a kind of televised moment that people will be talking about for a long time. Equal parts comedy, self-awareness, and genuine surprise. The monologue opened on a reflective note. Styles told the audience that after wrapping his Love on tour in 2023, he took a significant stretch of time off, long enough to realize he had spent half his life in music, touring, creating albums, and making songs about fruit that people somehow believed were about sex. The crowd laughed immediately. "I just really like fruit, guys," he said, nodding to his smash hit Watermelon Sugar. "I like sex too." The room erupted. From there, Styles leaned into self-deprecating humor about his time in the spotlight. He described himself as tremendously boring during his time away from the studio, and noted that people only pretended to find his everyday hobbies interesting because of who he is. He joked about jogging and the ordinary rhythms of a quiet life, all undercut by the absurdity that even a Harry Styles jog somehow becomes news. He also reminded the audience of a genuine achievement, completing the Berlin Marathon in 2025 in under 3 hours, an impressive benchmark even for dedicated runners. But the section of the monologue that truly set the tone for the night came when Styles turned toward the long-running conversation about his public image. He reflected on how, during the earlier years of his career, people paid intense attention to the clothes he was wearing, which led some to accuse him of something called queerbaiting, a term describing when celebrities hint at LGBTQ identity for attention, without ever confirming it. For years, that label followed Styles as he blurred gender norms through fashion, wore pearl necklaces and floral suits, and kept his private life deliberately private. Rather than get defensive or deliver a lengthy explanation, Styles handled it the only way Harry Styles could, with a perfectly timed punchline. He said that maybe the people making those assumptions simply don't know everything about him, then pivoted the joke directly at his own father. The audience roared. It was disarming, clever, and completely in character for a man who has always preferred implication over declaration. The monologue then shifted toward his latest project. Styles is currently promoting his 4th studio album, Kiss All the Time. Disco, Occasionally, a 12-track record produced by Kid Harpoon and Tyler Johnson, released on March 6th. He joked that he arrived at the album's title by asking ChatGPT to generate the most Italian-sounding phrase imaginable, then delivered the full name in an exaggerated Italian accent to enormous laughs. Then came the moment everyone is still talking about. After building toward the punchline through a series of remarks about kissing, SNL repertory players Chloe Fineman and Sarah Sherman each appeared on stage and made their advances, both of which Styles playfully declined. The bit escalated perfectly. When featured player Ben Marshall walked out, he made a comment about having a tight little bum and leaned toward Styles, who simply shrugged, said whatever, come here, and kissed him. Styles then turned to the camera and delivered the punchline heard round the internet. "Now that's queerbaiting." The studio erupted. Within minutes, clips were circulating across every platform, with fans and commentators weighing in on what the moment meant: comedy, commentary, or something more personal. The episode also featured notable surprise guests. Ryan Gosling appeared to introduce Styles' first musical performance, returning the favor after Styles had crashed Gosling's own SNL monologue the previous week. Later, music legend Paul Simon took the stage to introduce Styles' second performance, during which Styles played Coming Up Roses from his new album at the piano. Whether the kiss was a joke, a statement, or a little both, one thing is certain. Harry Styles walked into Saturday Night Live with years of speculation on his shoulders, and he walked out having turned every last bit of it into television gold.